Hey guys, Chuke here with Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Wanted to make a case for this Sig P220r. They call it R because it's got a rail. 45 ACP Sig full-size handgun. As you may know, I'm coming around to SIGs. I'm a little bit newer to SIGs, but after shooting that M11 and getting the Legion, I'm a big fan of SIG now. I wasn't always. So this was new to me, and I wasn't aware that it was single stack. So I was intrigued when I first got this gun, and then I found out it was single stack. And at first I was kind of disappointed because I was thinking, man, if I'm going to get a duty size, full size 45 ACP, I'm going to want it double stack. But then I felt it in my hand and I understood why it was single stack. It is just so comfortable. The way I see this pistol is it's like when they first started making a modern 1911, very similar to a 1911, except for the trigger and decocker and stuff, but just the size. And it's just so much more ergonomic to me than a 1911 because of these thin grips. A lot of 1911s have those big thick grips. But a single stack 45 ACP full size, it is just very comfortable. This thing is very impressive, and it's won me over. I gotta say, this was developed, I don't know, 35 years ago for the German police. And when it came over to America shortly after, of course, they switched it over to 45 ACP because that's, as American as apple pie. And I'm glad they did because shooting this thing is just so much fun. Now looking at it, it's, pretty hefty. It's, 1.9 pounds. The length is 7.8 inches. The barrel is 4.4 inches, which is decent. The width is 1.5 inches, but they take that from, the widest spots, whereas, this decocker comes out. So it feels a lot slimmer than that, and it's comfortable to carry. We'll talk about that. And it's got the double single action that I've come to love. Chuck trolls me for not wanting to carry 1911 cocked and locked, but I prefer the first shot to be decocked and in double action, and then single action after that. And the trigger's not bad. It's not the fastest, slickest trigger, but it's easy to handle, and I like the trigger. The barrel does sit pretty high, but you can, with this ergonomic grip, you can really get up there. I can get up there with both thumbs and control it really well. And look at me shooting here. If you've been watching my videos and seen me shoot, 6-7 months ago, it was horrid, but I'm actually shooting pretty good. The only major mistake I'm making there is jerking the trigger a little bit, but I was really accurate with this thing, and with the weight of the gun and the size and the way it's built, there wasn't a whole lot of felt recoil. You felt that kind of thud kicking back because the 45 is so big, larger bullet, but I could control it almost as well as the 9mm, not quite, but pretty close. So I'm very confident carrying this as a carry weapon, and I shot it really well. It's got this stainless slide with the nitron finish. And it's so accurate. It's got the tight chambers and an exact barrel crown, and that's one of the reasons why it's so accurate. It was tested a lot, and they found it to be really reliable. I think one test they fired it 10,000 times. It's just hard to beat, and I have to say that I was skeptical at first. This is a police trade-in. It was in great condition. The night sights are still, glowing, and it was really clean on the inside. I've had no malfunctions with it. The only downside to these is, I think, in the mags. And Chuck told me that sometimes the hollow points will bend out, flare out the ends of the mags here. But what I've found and researched is that certain hollow points, you can't even feed them into it just because of the way they designed the top of this mag. But most of the ammo I have works fine. So that's the only downside to this thing. And, when you talk about caliber, I think 45 ACP is awesome. Does it penetrate as much as a 40 Smith & Wesson? No. I kind of prefer 40 Smith & Wesson, but at close range, 45 is going to get the job done. It's going to have more advantages to even the 9mm with some of these hot rounds they're making for 45. I mean, it's shot with a 45, it's going to be a bad day for you. So I'm just have nothing but good things to say about this gun. It's a really fun gun. And, I was surprised. I had Nightfall Customs make me one of my Chuke's holster that's a real low sitting in the waistband holster, and I can actually, the gun is safe. Sorry about that, guys. It's, nothing in there. but I can actually conceal this thing really well because I've got my low sitting holster, and you know, sometimes I choose this to, when I feel like I'm in a 45 mood, I'll choose this to carry with. So I think it's a win-win. Let me know what you guys think. For, you know, these things brand new, $900 on up. They make a bunch of versions of them, but you can get these police trade-ins very good deals, very inexpensive. Do It Right was saying that he had a firing pin break on him, dry firing, so I've been avoiding dry firing it as much as I can. But for the price, you can't go wrong, especially if you get one of these used. It's a tough gun, and it's a good value. So let me know what you guys think. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
Outdoor adventure.